Week 5. This has been an interesting week. This has been, I think, our first true week of law school. It's technically our 6th week here, so we're a month and a half in, but the first week's orientation and other things. During orientation, they have different panels, and one of the student panels they had, it was really funny because the people were talking about, oh yeah, around week 4 or 5, people will start having their breakdowns, people will start getting sick, and just all these different things. And like clockwork, it's almost as though they had been there before themselves. It started happening this week. Last week was simply just a preview of what this week held, and this week was just a crazy week. We had an insane amount of work to do. When you're under so much stress from schoolwork and from sleep deprivation and from frustration on different material, and not to mention real life things, things really can just build up into just this big ball. All I can say is I'm really glad that I've got a great class, because if you had some of the things that I've heard of at other law schools happening, people stealing your notes and people hiding horn books and things like that, I mean, a week like this would just be horrible. It wasn't good to begin with, but I've got 105 people that I'm in class with that I consider friends, and I've definitely got a core group, just like you're always going to make, of real close friends. And whether or not they even know it, they definitely helped me get through this week. Your life doesn't stop. And for me, on a personal note, it was a hard week. And then Tuesday, I stayed up till about 4 o'clock in the morning getting an assignment done. I had to get it done. And it's one of those things, you should have got sleep. You can have all the sleep in the world, but if you don't turn that assignment in, you still are not going to get a good grade. You have to get it done. So there's an entire video I did actually at about 2 o'clock in the morning. You can check it out right here. Needless to say, in this same week, I found out that I had a medical emergency in the family. I've got one grandparent living, and that grandparent had a stroke, and just, all kind of things were happening. And you don't have time to stop and, really deal with that. You've got to deal with all your other classes. On top of that, I'm checking my Facebook. I'm just trying to keep myself together, dealing with the school things and the personal things and, my grandma being sick. And then, of course, lo and behold, I see a picture of my friend who passed away last year from cancer. It was just the culmination of a lot of stress. And is it easy for me to sit here and on YouTube be like, I broke down? But you know what? I did. And I think it's important to share this because I don't want to give you a false sense of what it's like. I want you to know that if you get to law school and you get to a point and it's okay to lose it for a little while. It is. You need to get that stuff out. And it just happened yesterday. I was still sleep deprived from Tuesday, and I was still thinking about my grandma, even though, in case you're wondering, she's getting better. She's still in the hospital. She's still losing blood, and they're not sure why, but we're not going to get into that. Just know that she's doing better than she was, Monday, Tuesday. But all of these things just hit me, and yet again, you're not back home. So you don't have your normal support system, you don't have your normal support network, and you don't want to call them and just be like, I'm losing my mind right now, because they're worried about you. So just let it go. Just let it go, and you'll feel a lot better afterwards. And I've mentioned this in previous videos. Having a personal statement is important, and I'm really now seeing, even though I thought it was a good idea and I've suggested it for you guys, it's almost like having a friend there when you need them at any time, because it's you at your best before the craziness of law school saying, this is why I want to do what I want to do. And it's almost like a comforting voice just talking to you. I just read it aloud to myself, and everything was better. So Without further ado, I will read you my personal statement. I will work to honor my family. I will continue to better myself. I will prove to those who believe in me they can do so with confidence. I will highlight the error of those who have doubted me by achieving success, not contempt. I will ensure I have the skills to provide for myself and family, no matter the cost. If I feel like giving up, I will remember those whom I strive to serve. I will provide a friend to the law. I will ensure due process is met, regardless of my client's personal failure or success. If posed to do so, I will ensure those who have committed crimes are prosecuted fairly, and the laws to which I subscribe are upheld. I will stop at nothing less than justice. If a law rebukes the Constitution, I will fight against it. I serve justice, not tyranny. If found defending the liberties, rights, and freedoms of the accused, I will be a stalwart ally ready to serve. Regardless of my own feelings, I will pursue justice and equality. I will remain thankful to God for my daily blessings, even when life tries to hide them with hardship and struggle. If I'm blessed with fortune, I will return such to those deserving. I will remember the injustice I've personally witnessed, and that my journey, no matter which station I may find myself, leads me closer to a place of action. I will succeed because I not only believe in justice, prudence, and myself, I believe in the birthright of freedom delivered to all citizens of the United States by the Constitution. I cannot fail because I have a resolve founded on conviction, liberty, and justice. I will no longer idly stand by. Well, there you have it. That's why I'm here. Sometimes it's nice just to remind yourself.